Hello and welcome to the TSI AFL studios. Nat Edwards and Robert Walls with you. Well, today we're going to take a look at the top 5 marking players in the competition, and Robert, I believe you found a common thread.
I have, Nat. It's interesting when you look at the players who've taken the most marks for the season, and I'm going to start with Luke McFarlane, the fullback for Fremantle. He's taken the most marks of the year so far, 159 marks. He's then followed very closely by Brian Lake of the Western Bulldogs, and in third place we've got another Docker, and that's Michael Johnson. He's taken 136 marks. On 134 marks is another halfback flanker in Beau Waters of the West Coast Eagles, and the fifth is Sean Dempster, who's having a fine season for St Kilda. Now the common thread there, Nat, is that they are all defenders, and I guess the thing is they take a lot of these marks when they start to chip the ball around. We've seen a lot of players going backwards and sideways in AFL, and certainly Fremantle do that, and they use the height and the marking talents of players like McFarlane and Johnson before they'll set the ball up for an attack inside their forward line. But the interesting thing with McFarlane, who's taken the most marks in the competition, 85% of his marks are uncontested. So it just goes to show he's experienced, he knows where to run to, his teammates have got confidence in him, so they'll put the ball to his side of the ground whenever they can get that switch of play.
Okay, well, what about the players that put their body on the line and earn those really hard contested marks?
Well, you're talking about the forwards, the power forwards, and they're my favourite players. These are the blokes who earn their money because they have to go out there and they take the marks in packs. They've got players coming at them from all directions. The number one contested mark player in the competition is Travis Cloke, and he's held that position for a couple of years now. Number 2 is Tom Hawkins of Geelong. We then go to Jeremy Howe, the young demon, and he thrills us week in, week out with some spectacular high marking. In 4th spot, we've got Drew Petrie, and he's having a fine season at full forward for the Kangaroos. And the 5th one is Nick Natanui. Now, we know he plays in the ruck, but he also spends a lot of time up forward. You look at that, they're big players, all of them, and they really need big, strong bodies to compete in the air. And the interesting thing about Travis Cloke is that 47% of Cloke's marks are taken in contest situations. Compare that with the 15% that Luke McFarlane takes.
All right, thank you very much for joining us on TSI AFL. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.